Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I was just thinking and I want to share with you my thoughts. If I were called upon to publicly pray, would I do it? And if so, what would I say? And to whom would I pray? Well, yes, I would do it. And I would pray to the universal power, the universal power. And what I would pray for is I would thank that universal power for me, for just my life and all the stuff I have to go through and all the stuff that I've gone through. I would thank that power for where I've been, the places I've been, and what I've seen, what I've heard, and what I've done. I would thank Him for all of that. And I would say to that universal power that in all of that, I ended up with one desire. And that one desire is to please that universal power, to be a pleasant representation in spite of everything else that universal power could say, good and faithful servant, well done. And I think about stuff like that, ladies and gentlemen, because I really want to be known for glorifying God. The person that seems to have been known most for the glorification of God, whether it's true or not, is a young man by the name of Jesus Christ. At least that's the name was given for us. This individual laid hands on the sick, they could recover. Lay hands on them, they could speak when they couldn't, see when they couldn't, hear when they couldn't, walk on water. And they even said that he raised the dead. But not only did he raise the dead, he came back from the dead. Now, I don't know honestly whether all of that is true or not, but I know one thing, it makes a wonderful story. It's a story that should, as I see it, inspire any human being, just as that real power in the person would have done, to be just like that. And to have been given the information that whatever we have seen, whatever dynamic it represented, we individually or collectively can do much more of what we call great things. That's a challenge to every human being on earth, as I see it. That's a challenge to me. And if I was praying to God, if I was praying to that universal power, I say, Father, having given you my gratefulness in words for your love that you shared me. To me, as I see it, the love that you have shared me, even in spite of everything, you have the same love for everybody on earth. And I'm sure the love that you have given them is still the best thing that ever happened to them. But I want to see you praised more. I want to see them, the people that you have blessed, and many of them don't even know it, don't know how to show it. I want to let them know that you are real and you are alive. Not asking you to make another earth, but giving us the opportunity to change and polish up and beautify this earth that we live on by renewing our minds. And that would entail me sacrificing my life, just Jesus did, I guess, to prove to these that you are genuinely real. And before any danger start happening, that we can see that our minds being changed will allow us to have a changed government, that would allow us to have changed representation, and it would allow us to have new aspirations, and we would reach out for those, and they would entail everything that looks beautiful. As the earth is beautiful when it's clean, as we will be beautiful when we're clean. Yeah, I'd like to do that. I want everybody to know that I want everybody to be satisfied, fulfilled, and not suffering for anything in life. Yes, I don't mind telling you that. And I want God to know I'm asking for the ability to be able to persuade people who are asleep to wake up so that they can experience never having to suffer for anything like food, clothing, education, healthcare, or anything that's made by the hands of man. Because the love that you've given them allows them to participate in the process of creating all of that. Not just doing it, but doing your part, which is loved to you, and watch that reservoir of goods and services overflow. so abundantly that no one would have to suffer lack of anything. That's what I want to present as a statement of the human spirit to the God, to the universal power. I want the universal power to look down on earth, not just America, United States. That's no good. In fact, that is as selfish as it could be if we can get America turned over and then couldn't do any more. Then that means we really haven't done anything. Because the same thing that got America where America would be at that time would get the world. And in fact, now we've got an example to show them. It's a little bit easier than it would have been getting in the walk part of the way. But as they have seen the maturity advance, and I'm sure they would have started grappling, even though they wouldn't have been publicized. And they've been trying to keep up with the beauty of the love of human beings toward one another as an expression for the power that put us all here. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what I would do. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say Eddie Marcus, like Jesus Christ, committed his life to make sure that the people on earth were taken care of, that they were loved and beyond the capacity that they had been exposed to, but to know love in themselves and through one another that represents the honor for the power that is responsible for our being here. Now, that is what I want to do. I don't mind America. That's what I wanted to do. I'm still old now. I'm not trying to be president, but I'm trying to be a mirror that you can see. And whatever it is, whatever comes, it is. So I want to thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. If I had to pray publicly, that's my prayer. Bye bye.